matter. If somebody was caught stealing, how do we deal with that situation? We go to the law. And the law is going to give us the answer to that. If a woman was caught in the act of adultery, how do we deal with that, judges? We're going to go to the law. The law will give us an answer how to deal with that. When it came to divorce, how do we deal? We went to the law. So you see that the law was our guideline. Just as you have in this country today, they have laws. What makes you think the Creator not going to have a people not have laws? So we see that the laws of the Most High has nothing to do with religion. Religion has nothing to do with don't commit murder, don't commit adultery. These are righteous laws that was given to the Creator, and we have many more righteous laws that you find when you study from the book of Genesis to the book of Deuteronomy, because all of the Most High laws are there. But we're going to keep on reading. So you see in Ezekiel 18 chapter, he showed us, what we could do to be righteous. But watch this. Look at Ezekiel 18, and we're going to look at verse 19. It said, yet ye say, why doth not the Son bear the iniquity of the Father? And that's what our people are saying today. How come Christ can't die for my sin? How come this idol God can't die for my sin? That's why the Most High said our ways are not equal. Ezekiel 18:19. Ezekiel chapter 18, verse 19. Yet say ye, why doth not the Son bear the iniquity of the Father? When the Son had done that which is lawful and right, and had kept all my statutes, and had done them, he shall surely live. The Most High said he gonna surely live. Why? Because he followed the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Creator. Watch verse 20. Ezekiel 18:20. The soul that sinneth, it shall die. And you know what causes you to sin when you break the laws of the Most High. So we know most of all the Christians, every Christian I know is a straight up sinner because they don't believe in keeping the laws of the Most High. Ezekiel 18, verse 20. Chapter 18 of Ezekiel, verse 20. The soul that sinneth, it shall die. The Son shall not bear the iniquities of the Father, neither shall the Father bear the iniquity of the Son. The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon him. But if the wicked will turn from all his sin that he had committed and keep all my statutes and do that which is lawful and right, he shall surely live. He shall not die. So the Most High is saying, if you are sinning, the only thing I do is just stop sinning and start following my law, statutes, commandments. If you a thief, right? If you stop stealing, then you're no more a thief. It's just as simple as that. You don't have to run to these churches and let these people lie to you and be dropped down in a bunch of water as a dry devil, and you come up a wet devil. The only thing you have to do to stop sinning is to stop doing that which is wrong and start doing that which is lawful and right according to the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Creator. If you out there stealing, stop stealing. If you charge interest to people, your own people, usury, then stop doing that. If you out there committing adultery, now see, if it was on our own land, it wouldn't be no problem because committing adultery, because adultery was a capital punishment in our day and time in our land. You would lose your life. But since we over in America, we don't have power and authority over this land. So if you out there committing adultery, all they do is stop committing adultery. Then you're not an adulteress no more. That's as simple as that, how to be saved. You don't have to go and allow these preachers to deceive you, to take all of your money, dropping you in some water, you coming up a wet devil, and you still doing the same thing. Simple as that. Ezekiel 18, verse 22. All his transgression that he had committed, they shall not be mentioned unto him. In his righteousness that he had done, he shall live. This is what the Most High said. Look at verse 23, Ezekiel 18, 23. Have I any pleasure at all that the wicked should die, said Yah Elohim, and not that he should return from his ways and live? But when the righteous turneth away from his righteousness and committed iniquity and doeth that according to all the abomination that the wicked man doeth, shall he live? All his righteousness that he had done shall not be mentioned. In his trespass he hath trespassed, and in his sin that he has sinned, in them shall he die. Meaning, if you was a righteous person, you will follow the law, statute, commandment, but somehow you stop following the law, statute, commandment, you start doing all the abomination of the heathens around you, then guess what the Most High said? All that righteous you done, it don't mean nothing. When you die, you're going to die in your own sins. That's what the Creator's saying. Let's go to Ezekiel 18, verse 25. Yet ye say the way of Yah is not equal. See, and that's what he was saying. Well, your way is not equal, it's not fair. How come this idol God, Jesus, can't die for my sin? That's what our people are saying today. Why I got to be punished for my own sin? How come I can't just be big and bad and do anything I want to do, and then I can just go on my knees and cry out and say, Jesus, forgive me, and everything's going to be all right? But that's not what the Creator said. Yet ye say, Ezekiel 18 and 25, the way of Yah is not equal. Hear now, O house of Israel, is not your way, is not my way equal, or not your ways unequal? Yah say, your ways are the one that's not equal. My way is equal and my way is fair. Why? Because the person that commits sin, that's the person I'm going to punish. I'm not going to punish somebody else for what somebody else done. Because you weren't like that. If you search yourself within yourself and be true to yourself, you know down deep in your heart you don't want to be punished for what somebody else done. You know you don't. So what makes you think that the Creator gonna allow some idol God to die for your sin when you the one committed sin in the first place? We all gonna be punished for our own sins. So if you don't want to be punished for your own sin, then just stop sinning. Start following the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Creator that you'll find in the confines of from the book of Genesis to the book of Deuteronomy. You'll find all the laws, statutes, and commandments, the precepts of what the Creator told us to do. He's going to tell us what to do and what not to do. Look at verse 26. Ezekiel 18, verse 26. When a righteous man turned away from his righteousness and committed iniquity and died in them, for his iniquity that he had done, shall he die? Again, when the wicked man turned away from his wickedness that he had committed and doeth that which is lawful and right, he shall save his soul. See, you don't need this idol God called JSUS to stop stealing. Only thing you need to do is have a mind to stop stealing. You don't need this idol God to stop committing adultery. Only thing you need to do is have a made-up mind that you want to start committing adultery and do things that are right. You don't need this idol God to stop smoking dope, stop stealing. Don't let these preachers deceive you, because they creatures. Don't let these preachers deceive you to make you think you got to go to church and stop doing all this. They only doing that to get you in these buildings where they can steal your money. You don't need no idol God called JSU to stop doing that which is wrong and do that which is lawful and right. Only thing you have to do is have a made-up mind that you're going to serve the Creator of this universe and that you're going to do that which is lawful and right. That's all you have to do. You don't have to be dropped down in some water as a dry devil and come up a wet devil. And because many of you have been baptized on and you still doing the same thing that you're doing, it's because that serving an idol God ain't saving you. We might well be honest. You serving an idol God is not saving you, and it ain't saving our people. And most of these communities where our people are located and found that, you have these churches on every corner, and what's going on in our community? Chaos. But you have a church on every corner. And there's more chaos in our community than never before. You've been calling on this idol God ever since we've been here, for over 400 some years of being here. And what has this idol God done for you and our people? Nothing. And he ain't going to do nothing because he can't save nobody. He couldn't even save himself. So how is he going to save you? But the main topic is the Creator is not going to punish somebody else for you committing sin. What he wants you to do is stop committing sin and turn to him and do those things which are lawful and right. And the only way you're going to do those which are lawful and right, you have to study the Most High laws and his commandments and his statutes. And you have to get those laws, statutes, and commandments in your heart. Just as he said of the new covenant. So we see the Creator is not going to punish somebody else for you doing wrong. Let's go to the Ecclesiastes, the book of Ecclesiastes. Because we're going to see what the Most High said in the book of Ecclesiastes. Let's go to the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 12. And we're going to look at verse 13 and 14. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13 and 14. It said, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Elohim and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. This is what's going to make you a whole man. And if you're a whole man, you don't need this iron of God called Jesus to save you. This is what's going to make you a whole man, is to fear Yah and to keep his commandments. Look at verse 14. For Elohim shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. What is it saying? No matter what you do, the universe is going to judge us, whether it be good or whether it's evil. The Most High is going to judge us. So if you do good or evil, we're going to be judged. But according to Ecclesiastes 12 and 13, it said, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Elohim and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. As you can see, you go back and look at these scriptures that I've given you. It never entered the thought, it never entered the mind of the Creator Yah to allow somebody to die for the sins of another person. Never has entered his mind. The only thing the Creator wants me and you to do is to keep his laws, his statutes, and commandments. And if you do that, that will make you a righteous person. You're not going to eat pork. You're not going to eat lobsters and crabs. You're not going to commit adultery. You're not going to steal. You know, these are some of the things, just a few laws. You're not going to do this thing. You're not going to charge interest to your people to make a fast buck. You're not going to look down upon the poor. These are some of the things that by studying the laws of the Most High, you're not going to do. And see, the Most High made it simple for us to be saved. The only thing we have to do is just turn to him and keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. You don't have to go to no church. You don't have to be dropped in some water. You don't have to have nobody pouring oil all over that they bought out of Walmart or wherever these stores they get them out of. The only thing me and you have to do is have a made-up mind that I'm going to serve the Creator Yah. And I'm going to follow his laws, his statutes, and his commandments. And this will make me and you righteous people. Shalom, shalom.